Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Okay, 800-848-9222, 800-848-9222, and hold on. Wait, whoa, what a surprise. This is, yes, one of the biggest comedians in the world right now, sitting down with us in the studio, Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh, my God. Greg Kelly, it's good to be with you. The politics, I don't really do the politics. I'm out there in L.A. I'm actually a closeted Trumper.
Oh,
yeah, but I gotta keep it quiet. I don't want to get canceled.
Oh, yeah. Sebastian, I hear you. Oh, wait, hold on a second, Sebastian. Jason Scoop just walked in.
Oh, my goodness.
Hello.
I'm a huge fan of Sebastian.
Me too. And by the way, the impression, now I realize half of the impression is like the mannerisms.
Oh, it's all connected. I've said this to you, I think, before. I do the mannerisms first, and the voice just comes out of nowhere. I don't have a technique with the voice. I embody the movements.
Yeah.
And then the voice just comes.
The voice takes care of itself.
Yeah.
No, because the movements are incredible. Jason Scoop, great comedian, great content creator. Find him on TikTok, Instagram, all the stuff. And you're still flying all over the world?
Yeah.
What the heck? This man, I mean, from Central America to South America, North America, you're relentless. What have you noticed in your travels lately?
In my travels lately? Boy, that's a good question. What have I noticed? Well, I'll say this. There's one thing I always notice when I move around this country, and that is when you're on the internet, everything's polarized, everybody's screaming at each other, especially on X, Twitter. But then when you go out there, you realize most people aren't at each other's necks, in real life. I think overall I would say, what have I noticed? I think the country's doing well. I think it's doing better than people would think with all the fighting we see on the internet.
That's beautiful. Yeah. And you do travel a lot. You're all over. So that's good to hear, actually.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear.
There's pockets where they're Minnesota, obviously.
Yeah.
Which I've avoided. I'm like, I don't want to get killed.
It's easy to avoid, let's face it. Not all roads lead there.
20-degree weather.
President Trump. Wait a second.
Unbelievable. Greg Kelly. Boy, Greg, it is so good to be with you. You look at what you're doing. You look at the ratings, right? It's incredible. Talk to me, Greg. You're one of my favorites.
Well, Mr. President, I saw you in L.A. You lived in L.A. for a little while. You stayed there for longer than I would have thought that you would stay in a place like California. What was that like?
Well, the people are a little delusional. They call it delulu, right? Gen Z, they call it, they have a slang term for everything. Delulu. Well, they're in an alternate universe, but you know what? With that sunshine and the palm trees and the beach, I don't blame them. It's a little paradise out there. But we're here on the East Coast, which I call the real world. We're in the real world. But, they're a little crazy. They love that Newscomb. You look at Newscomb. We hear they're getting paid now. Every homeless person, they get $1 million. And you wonder why they have such a problem. They're getting rich off them.
Such a problem. You wonder why.
It's a disaster.
I love how he is so open with us, and he talks to you like you're a friend. You know what I mean? He lets people inside. I think he really does, right?
That's right. Well, it's like somebody once said, people like Trump and Trump likes people. A lot of the other politicians, they don't like people. I guess I'll transition back to myself. Yeah, I mean, Trump likes people. He's a human. He's a human. He wants to be liked. He wants people to like him. You want people to like you. I want people to like me. That's a very human thing. But then, you got somebody, like Barack, Hussein, Obama, who just seems almost like a robot. Very well-spoken and off the script. And I went to Harvard and Yale, but it's like, where's the person there? We don't see it, but we see a person in Trump.
What do you see with George W. Bush?
Well, George, I gotta tell you, I see a guy who, perhaps not the most intelligent, but, I was lucky. I was born, my dad was the head of the CIA. He was vice president of the United States of America under Reagan, the good old days, Madonna, MJ, Prince. We were having fun. We were doing things we can't talk about. We were in the bathroom down there in the West Village doing things. But I'll tell you, I think Bush is a good guy. He's a good guy, but, he's not perhaps not the brightest bulb.
Fair enough. Jason Scoop, brilliant stuff. I really urge you guys to get on social, look at him on Instagram or TikTok, because you are a very physical kind of performer, right?
Yeah.
It's part of the whole equation. You grew up where?
I grew up in Levittown, New York, in Long Island, in a great time. Born 1991, graduated high school 2009. That was I would say, the last great era. We still had a monoculture, right? We all talked about the same TV shows every day in school. American Idol, Friends finale. We were all on the same page. Now everything's splintered. Everybody's, I follow this guy on TikTok. I follow this guy on YouTube. I watch this show on Bravo. I watch this. Everybody's all over the place. The country was one big, beautiful country back then. Everybody was more on, not, obviously everybody wasn't on the same page, but everybody had more in common, I think, back then. Because we all just watched Channel 2, 4, 5, 7, the cable shows. Yeah. Everybody still watched, the award shows. Now it's like the award shows have become so political, and I don't know. This is not the same country I grew up in. And I was born in 1991. That's not too long ago. I'm 34 years old. But that was a great time in Long Island, New York, Levittown, working class, blue-collar neighborhood, predominantly Italian-American, Irish. It was great.
You can feel it that we're all on different pages now. That you go on the subway and there's no sense of we're in this together. Not that there was ever an acute sense of that ever before, but we were all kind of in the same universe. And now we are in our own little slots and grooves, and there's no intermingling.
And that's okay. I mean, life evolves, things move, but yeah, I look back.
Is it
fondly.
okay? Do we have less in common with anybody? I mean, to have a country, you gotta be on the same page a little bit. And I feel like we're not.
That is true. But I do feel like there is, how should I put this? I feel like people are more awake to different things now that they weren't before. I think the internet has opened that up.
The internet?
Yeah, out there on the internet. Al Qaeda.
800-848-9222, 800-848-9222. If you'd like to say something or maybe talk to Jason Scoop, we can do that for you. We're going to take a quick break on this Friday the 13th. Let us know. 800-848-9222. Jason Scoop, thanks for being with us. We'll be right back.
My pleasure.